Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to Spiritual Business with Mariaestela, the show and podcast for soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs and Magdalene's rising, wanting to lead with love in business and life. I am your host, spiritual business coach, mentor, catalyst, and facilitator Mariaestela, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to join my newsletter to stay connected and updated. You can do so on my website, mariaestela.com, where you can also find previous episodes and their show notes. Before we dive in, I am super excited to announce that the doors have been opened for enrollment to Mastery Through Love. Mastery Through Love is a 6-week online healing journey for spiritual entrepreneurs designed to help you stand out, speak your truth, and share yourself, your services, and products with confidence, care, and satisfaction. It is everything you need to jumpstart the expansion of love in your life and business, dissolving the effects of a fear-based mindset, holding you back, keeping you stuck, and tripping you up. If that tickles your soul, go to mariaestela.com/journey to find out more. Hello, Radiant One, and a very big and a very warm welcome to today's episode. Today's episode is inspired by a testimonial and some feedback that I got from one of the beautiful participants who'd gone through the first edition of Mastery Through Love, my 6-week healing journey. She said, Mastery Through Love is a return to love and a return to self for light workers and modern mystics. And of course, as the creator, the mama eagle of this healing journey, as well as course and space holder, that tickled my soul and made my heart overflow with joy and gratitude, knowing that the intention of what I have put into it is actually also what has been received and is what is getting out of it. To me, it's very, very clear that our world is awakening. And to me, it's not something that's just within the last 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years. I think that this has, our planet, our system, and our earth has been on this evolutionary path for millennia, and probably even, longer, even further back. And to me, that is a continued expansion of the source from which we came. To me, some call it God. I do at times, but to me, that source is also, it's love. And I see you and I as the expansion of love. I see us as being born out of love, as an expansion of that source that extended, and then we were put into existence, not just this world, but into existence within the universe. And just as we have, just as you were created as an extension of your source, so too do you hold those same powers to expand and extend. And that is, to me, is what your business is. I've said this before, but to me, your business is not just a business. It's a calling. It's a longing. It's a desire to expand what you are in truth, what you have always been and will always be. And so to me, that love that you are is what you then expand into your business. Now, whether or not someone is spiritual or religious or believes in God or the universe or source or, whatever you want to call it, I see that the evolution of our planet has been moving in this direction for a very long time. There seems to be this ripple effect where we've gone from being externally focused to being internally focused. And of course, that is not true in every place and every space on Earth. That's where the evolution, that's where the expansion of love comes in. And also, you could say the return to love, because in truth, you are returning to a place which you've never left. I like to call it or see it as an unveiling. It's about lifting the veils that are hindering your sight so that you may see what has always been there in truth. And so as you do that, you not only bring healing to yourself, but also to the world. And in that, because I know that we live currently in a very tumultuous time, I know that we have people in power in, it seems, many different places who are very, very quote unquote out of sync with what you and I would probably define as love and, kindness and care and compassion. However, the way that I view the world, nothing is ever out of step. And I see these people in place as an awakening beacon for a shit ton of people to wake up to, sorry, pardon my French, but to wake the fuck up and start ensuring that there is justice, that there is liberty, and that there for everyone and not just for some, because that is what this is all about. If you are on a spiritual path and you have a business, I would hope that you would include everyone and not exclude anyone from it, and that comes through your own personal engagement, that comes from your own personal work, as well as the work that you bring forth into the world, because that is born through you. Now, if you're someone who wants to support yourself in the returning to love, there are a couple of things that I've found that are very, very helpful or valuable in that process. And the number one thing is to have I was wondering if I should call it a beginner's mindset, but I don't really see it as a beginner's mindset, because I don't think that, quote unquote, you are a beginner. I think that you've been here time and time again. I think that you have many past lifetimes of experiences and knowledge. You have access to wisdom and to gnosis. And so it's not necessarily a beginner's mindset, but what I'd like to call it or define it as is a learner's mindset. And because as a soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneur, I see your entrepreneurial journey as much as part of your awakening journey as anything else. To me, it is your awakening journey. It's so heavily intertwined, because once you begin to follow that call, that desire, that desire to express yourself in the world, everything and all things that are, you have to clear will come up. So there's a shit ton of muck that will come up for you to clear it. And so if you have a learner's mindset and you're able to see, and it's also a positive mindset, but if you're able to see it as you're actually learning things rather than feeling at them, and if you're willing to look at your mistakes, your quote unquote failures, your challenges, your obstacles as opportunities for growth and opportunities for deeper wisdom, for more knowledge, for powerful lessons to be had, then you gain a strength and a core and a solidity that no one and nothing of this world can really take away from you. So the number one thing I would say in returning to love is about having that learner's mindset. And the reason I'm not saying a loving mindset is because that can be defined in different ways. But if you're able to just have a learner's mindset and be willing to look at everything that you've gone through and everything that you are going through as an opportunity for growth, your world changes. You begin to see the world through a different lens. And the next thing that I see as very valuable is to allow yourself to, or understand that, there is no, and this is what mastery through love is basically based upon, is that there can be no mastery of fear. I am sure that by now you have, tried to fake it till you make it, and busting through your blocks, and you've probably tried to force yourself into things you didn't want to, or you've listened to experts and did it because even though it felt out of, alignment with you, if you've done that, you know that there is no mastery of fear. The only way that you can really, I want to say, truly succeed. And when I say truly succeed, to me, I define success as being deeply satisfied, deeply nourished, happy, content in the world. And to me, that happens through the mastery through love. And so to me, one of the valuable things is to dissolve your fears through the mastery through love, through the expansion of love in your life. And like I said, that is what the 6-week healing journey, Mastery Through Love, is basically all about. That's what we do throughout 6 weeks in the most loving, kind, caring, and compassionate way. And then those two basically lead into working through your shit, as I like to say it, because there is no, you can't, if you're confronted with a lot of fear or limiting beliefs or a scarcity mindset, the only way to really dissolve that is through. There's no way out. You can go through it. At least I want to say, because you can perhaps try to ignore it, but at some point or another, it's going to come flying back in your face. So unless you choose to dig deep and really get it out by the roots, then it'll continue coming back, and you won't really find yourself in a place of satisfaction and content. And finally, I want to say, being of service. I know that as a soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneur, you're here to be of service to others. As always, being of service does not mean becoming a doormat, but being of service means that you expand and extend what you are in truth. The love that you are is what you continue to expand in the world through the creation of your services, of your products, through the work that you do. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, but if you're in a job, it is through you that this world will change. So it is through you, your being and your doing in this world. I hope that I have given you or inspire you to perhaps look differently at the challenges that you face. And I would love to hear from you. What is one challenge that you're currently facing that you find that you perhaps struggle with in terms of flipping the mindset? If so, I would love to support you. You can go ahead and comment in the show notes. You'll find the link, and I'd love to support you in that. Also, make sure that you check out Mastery Through Love. It is open for enrollment now. We begin on March 1st, and the doors close on February 27th. If that calls you, I would love to see you. Take care. Bye. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Spiritual Business with Mariaestela. I hope it served you well. Find all of the deeds and the details by clicking the link in the description. And if you want to support the spreading of this message, share it with a friend or on social media, or leave me a comment or a review. God bless.